Hello and welcome, fellow digital soldiers, to Tru Reporting. On today's podcast, we will be going over a Twitter thread from Bards of War. If you're unfamiliar with Bards of War on Twitter, I suggest following them as they put out great information. But before we get into this thread, would you please spare a moment for our new sponsor, Noble Gold. Hey friends, Thomas here from Tru Reporting. Today I wanted to tell you about the President Trump 2020 Freedom Coin. Mine came in a few days ago and I love the way it looks on my desk. It comes in silver or gold, making it an investment in precious metals and a timeless tribute to our President of the United States. The front features the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Against all odds, President Trump was able to overcome the Republican establishment, the corrupt media, the cabal, and Hillary Clinton and the Democrats to become the 45th President of the United States. The front of the 2020 Freedom Coin honors the President with an engraving of his bust. The reverse side highlights President Trump's accomplishments. First major tax reform in 30 years, lowest unemployment rate in 18 years, jobless claims lowest since 1973, and the Dow Jones at its highest in history. If you want to add one of these coins to your own collection, go to TrumpCoin2020.com. And don't forget to use the promo code Tru Reporting to get a $5 off the silver and Tru Reporting Gold to get $100 off the gold coin. So guys, like I was saying on today's podcast, this is what we'll be going over, Bards of War, and it is entitled, "This is What I Know." Something very big is coming. It will change the way we see everything. Q is just the starting point. Hashtag where we go one, we go all. Is humanity, not politics. This movement is humanity. It is not politics. The code is real. The warnings are real. Those who choose to ignore to do so at their own risk. This is not a game. Sacred. What if the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution were not just historical documents, but a map for the way forward for humanity? How would you assess our jobs as protectors of those gifts? Have, hashtag we the people, done our duty to protect that vision? Bards of War. All roads lead to. The Spanish-American War officially ended December 10th, 1898, with the Treaty of Paris establishing the United States as a world power. In quote, whose growth and career from the beginning, the ruler of nations. Interesting words. Again, whose growth and career from the beginning, the ruler of nations. And it says down here from Wikipedia, the war has brought us new duties and responsibilities which we must meet and discharge as becomes a great nation on those growth and career from the beginning. The ruler of nations has plainly written the high command and pledge of civilization. So what is this, they say? A document from the Republic of the Philippines, Department of Finance, confirming authority to print $3 trillion sent to the Centennial Energy of Thailand, December 22nd, 2014. Now, what was Barack Obama up to? Real Donald Trump? Down we go. So we see here, this is just looks like an invoice, Department of Finance, coming out at December 22nd, 2014. On this day, the 22nd day of December 2014. Now, this is interesting. The Union Bank of Switzerland authorizing both Philippines Department of Finance and Centennial Energy of Thailand to print $3 trillion following the U.S. president's visit in 2015. At Barack Obama does. At real Donald Trump, no. Bards of War. So we see here too, the Republic of the Philippines, Department of Finance, Banco Central Pilipinas, I guess that's how it's pronounced, Department of Justice, Department of Interior and Local Government, Senate of the Philippines. We'll continue on. Oh, Barack Obama, you are in trouble. We can see that 3,500 metric tons of 99.999 purity gold was used to authorize the printing of $3 trillion $100 bills. However, it was marked for, in quote, guys, humanitarian projects. Does your private Swiss account qualify? We can see here too, Centennial Energy Thailand Company Limited to someone's name, Bank of Thailand. for humanitarian projects and for the ASEAN countries. Wow. Republic of the Philippines Corporation is on de facto status. Kingdom Filipina is the existing sovereign host government. Wow, this is insane, guys. Documents and admitted by the amicus curiae from Jose Antonio Diaz, the 22nd day of December 2014. It says here, the Section 3, the government of the Republic of the Philippines has the sole authority, any person or entity, public or private, to produce said funds. The government of the Republic of the Philippines has the sole authority to nullify the authorization, any person or entity, public or private, who abuse and violate the agreement regulations. Well, Barack Obama, you apparently missed the fine print. Always read the fine print. At Real Donald Trump reminds us of that all the time. Did you know that the gold you stole, Barry, is not allowed to be used for any other purpose? Crimes against humanity, Bards of War. Continuing on, personal and confidential. That there will be no deviation from the purpose for which the notes will be used. So it is only used to help out humanity, humanitarian projects. That's the only reason that this gold is to be used, and otherwise it looks like he was putting it into Swiss bank accounts. It says here, all central bank circulatures, permanent provisions in the manual of regulations for banks and other financial intermediaries, and other rules and regulations which are contradictory or inconsistent with a circular are hereby revoked and replaced. Repealing cause is always included as a safeguard mechanism because this is a conspiracy. The document itself is a clear Exhibit A. This is unbelievable, guys. Now, at Barack Obama, you might say, I had authority to use that gold. Just words. You bluffed your way from Kenya to the presidency. But when you steal from Spiritual Wonder Boy, there is no escaping. I believe Spiritual Wonder Boy is Trump. Redemption is rough. We have the unsigned gold certificate, Bards of War. Look at this, guys. This is unbelievable. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. Look at that. Looks pretty legitimate to me, so we'll continue on. Of course, you and your MSM clown fake news propaganda media will try to disparage all of this, claiming that Spiritual Wonder Boy is a conspiracy. He goes by many names. Let's go back to that Wells Fargo Eternity account page, shall we? So we can see here the World Bank Group USA and that horrible pyramid that's on our money, on our currency. It says here, Wells Fargo Bank USA account number 289873, one with account name of Spiritual Wonder Boy and with standing balances of U.S. money. 5 with account name of Spiritual Wonder Boy and with standing balance of U.S. Money. Confirmed as eternal deposit, while under the time deposit it is principal balances and interest cannot be touched and or loaned and or programmed, that having maturity rate of 4% per annum and per 30 years of maturity and upon maturity. 50% shall be forcibly used for whatsoever developmental program, and 50% shall be automatically and forcibly maintained and preserved for another 30 years until lasted for eternity. We knew who you were all along, Barack Obama. Many of us did. We are so grateful for Real Donald Trump and Q. Remember our letter, Barry. We never forget. Redemption is not ours to give. Crimes against humanity, crimes against children, Bards of War. Then we see Trump here on the battleship. Exclusive 100 plus members of the Special Forces community deliver letter. More than 100 members of the Special Forces community sign a letter of endorsement for Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump, from Breitbart.com. Now, about that gold, Barack Obama, we got it back. Our president, Real Donald Trump, who is working for the people, our POTUS, got the gold back. Bet that made you poop your shorts, Barack Obama. No more pizza for you. Delta Force raids Obama stronghold. Delta Force raids Obama stronghold in Thailand during the pre-dawn hours of Christmas Day. So, like they were saying before, that these dates all add up, and all this took place. You people are sick at Barack Obama. Your trans club has always been about hiding pedos in plain sight. Your diversity has always been about suing hate. But we are now awake, Barry. We know we are accountable. God is on our side. Mirror. A main point of truth is accountability and taking responsibility. The link below is a global trans pedo group that hired kids for show at the, and we can check this out. It says at a Houston public library, and we've seen this on InfoWars and so on and so forth. Where we go one, we go all works when we stop turning the other cheek. Absolutely, and this is just what it is. Sick stuff, guys. Tossing tables. What was happening in the temple that Jesus found it necessary to toss tables and challenge the religious leaders within their walls? Pedophilia, child sex trafficking. Now think about those selling wares to make money outside. Accountability, bards of war. Choices. You can see the world as it is and give up. You can see the world as it is and live in anger and hate. You can see the world as it is, pray and wait for God to come and fix it. Or you can see the world as it is, pray for God to lead you in his fight. Choose. How will we be judged? How does an abused child reflect on parents that knew but said nothing? How will future generations look back on us when we could have done something? Some truth is ugly. Some truth is glorious. Truth always demands accountability. Imagine a fund for all of humanity that was large enough to ensure poverty no longer existed. And this is the 3 trillion, I believe. Wars over resources and power would no longer happen, and we could work towards betterment for all. What would it require? Are we ready for that? The Great Awakening, Bards of War. Absolutely. So, I wanted to share this with you because I found it to be very informative, and there's a lot of powerful words within this. If this is all true, then Hussein's is digging his own grave, for lack of a better word. And I believe that that Trump has gotten the gold back. It's just about reissuing it back to the people, restoring the power back within the people is what we are waiting on. We've got to rid this world of the evil entity that is the cabal before we can reinstate power to the people. If you found this informative and you enjoyed it, my friends, please subscribe to this channel. Also, follow me on Twitter at Tru Reporting, and don't forget to leave a like. The more likes that this video receives, the more times it is recommended to other people, thus more eyes on the truth. Please be kind and loving to one another. I thank you for staying and supporting this channel through thick and thin. It means the world to me, and expect more content to come from this channel. Thank you, my friends, and good night.